I won't ride on the road without a radar taillight. It's not gonna happen. The riding on the road is dangerous enough as it is. I've been using the Garmin Varia taillight for as long as I can remember riding on the road. MagicShine has come out with their own, and they sent it over to me so I could check it out. This is the MagicShine SeeMee 508 radar taillight. And just like the Garmin, it has radar built in. And you know, it's actually even quite a bit cheaper than the Garmin variant. Now, even throughout all my testing of using this thing, there's still a small part of me that wonders if it's as good as the Garmin variant. So far, it seems fine. I haven't really had any issues of it making any mistakes. So this guy in radar only mode is actually going to give you a max runtime of 19 hours. That's pretty solid. Speaking of solid, it's going to last for 4 hours in its 40 lumen solid light mode. Full power flash is going to do 11 hours, and that's great. That's more than enough time to be able to get a few rides in without any issues. Or even if you're going to do a really long ride, 11 hours is a long time. And during that 11 hours, you don't have to worry about it getting wet because it is IP7X waterproof rated. Something that's actually quite important is how far you can be seen with a light with someone coming from behind you. Now, MagicShine claims that you're visible up to 1,200 meters, which is just shy of about 4,000 feet. If that's the case, that's actually pretty significant. That gives someone from coming up from behind you plenty of time to actually see you, whether or not they're on their phone or not. One thing I do really like about the MagicShine versus the Garmin is the fact that the MagicShine actually uses USB-C to charge, whereas the Garmin still uses a micro USB. Realistically, I haven't actually been able to see any difference of performance on the radar side of the MagicShine versus the Garmin. And because of that, I kind of feel like that this is a no-brainer for a rear taillight. On sale right now for $100, it's kind of a steal for a radar taillight that could potentially save your life. Garmin doesn't actually specify how far the radar will actually see a car coming up behind you. But MagicShine claims that this one will actually see cars as far as 153 yards away, and that includes a 40-degree detection angle of cars behind you. So it can see a pretty good angle from behind it. So as far as the light modes on this thing goes, there's 7 modes to choose from. You have solid, flash, pulse, a Peloton mode, rotate, quickly flash, and a radar only mode. The Peloton mode is actually kind of cool. It's great for group rides where you don't want to blind the riders behind you. All of those are actually customizable through the phone app. So you can go in and kind of customize them to fit your liking. Realistically, I think probably only about 10% of people will ever go in there. Yeah, I don't know if I've even gone in there yet. So one of my favorite things from a previous MagicShine light that I reviewed was the fact that it had a smart brake light. And I'm happy to see that they actually added that into this as well. So there's actually an accelerometer in here that detects when there is a sudden loss of speed or like a force. It's going to actually enable a brake light. So it's just going to go to a high bright light for 3 seconds or so, if I remember right. So whenever a car is coming up from behind you, there's actually a warning light that'll start to blink. It's going to blink 5 times, and it'll actually continue to blink if there's more cars coming behind you. And that's actually on the device itself to kind of really get their attention to say, hey, I'm right here, don't hit me. And of course, this thing is going to be compatible with all computers that accept ANT+ radar. That includes pretty much any Garmin device. Garmin watches work as well, which is kind of an interesting thing. There's a bunch of stuff that it works with. It's kind of cool. And it's actually kind of nice to have it on your watch sometimes if you forgot your head unit. You know, you're not stuck without having radar. It's also pretty lightweight at just 65 grams if you're a weight weenie. I know some people are. I'm slightly, but for a light, I don't care. 65 grams is not that much. It does charge in about 4 hours, and I think that's great. And that really comes back to the fact that it is a USB-C device. You can always charge stuff faster that way. Real quick, do you guys use radar taillights when you ride on the road, or is this something that you would want to use? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear about what you think. You should actually check out this video right here of the Garmin Vario radar so you can make an educated decision. See ya.